Hello there. Welcome back to EMS Grade 9. In this video, we want to look at a question paper of November 2023. So this question paper that we have, we're going to look at question 1 on that question paper, and we're going to start on our multiple choice questions. So this question that we have, and it reads, various options are provided as possible answers to the following questions. Choose the answer and write only the letter A to D next to the question numbers. We are given 1.1.1 to 1.1.5. In the answer book provided, for example, you are given 1.1.6, and then you put your answer in front, in this case D. So on the first part, that is 1.1.1, it reads creditors control can be classified as N. Remember, our creditors control represents our liability, and we expect this to pay these creditors within a period of 1 year. So we are going to classify it as a current liability. So you see that the most appropriate answer that we have there, we have got current liability, which is our B. So we can just highlight our B. And if you go to our answer section also, we are going to indicate it as such. So this is our answer section. You see that our first answer for 1.1.1 could be. So B here. Then we can go back and try to see what we have in terms of the next question. If we go to our next question, you see now we are now on question 1.1.2. And it reads BHS wholesalers sells goods on credit to A money. A money is known as a dash to the business. So the keywords that we have there, we are being told that BHS wholesalers sells goods on credit. So they are selling goods, which means these are sales, but they are sales on credit, which means that whenever we sell goods on credit, we are going to create debtors. Our customers, if they buy on credit our goods, they become our debtors as they are owing us money. So in the question, according to the responses that we are given, we would see that we are given data, which is becomes the most appropriate answer that we have there, which is the correct answer. You could see. So if you go to our answer section, you see that we are also going to indicate C as our answer. So let's just try to indicate here so that this is our answer on 1.1.2. Then we can go back to see what we have in terms of the next question, which is 1.1.3. So if you go back, you see that the next question, which is now 1.1.3, reads the dash account normally has a debit balance. So I remember all accounts that have a debit balance consist of assets and expenses. Describe those accounts that we are always having a debit balance, and also we've got drawings account having a debit balance. So according to the question and answers that we are given, you see that we only have stationery that is indicating a debit balance. So you see that capital is always has a credit balance, and also commission income, which is classified under income, is also have a credit balance. All incomes and credit balances, and then creditors control is a liability, and all liabilities have got credit balance. So this is what we. So I would say that on 1.1.3 we've got our A as our correct answer. So we can go there to answer section and just represent our A. So if you come on the answer section, we are now 1.1.3. Got A as the correct answer. So we go back again, see what we have in terms of the next question. So if you go to now, we are now on 1.1.4. So this is the question that we have on 1.1.4. Increase equipment purchased on credit will increase. Remember, whenever we purchase a fixed asset, it's going to increase our assets. But also you see that the double entry that's involved according to this transaction is that we are going to debit our equipment as our non-current assets, and obviously we are buying on credit, which means also our creditors are increasing. So this indicates an increase in equipment as we are debiting equipment account, and then we're crediting creditors fund as a liability, and whenever we credit a liability account, it's also indicated. So what also an increase here. So we are saying it will increase both assets and liabilities. So you could see is our appropriate answer there. That is C coming our correct answer. So if you come to answer section, obviously we are indicating it as C. So we can go on the last part of multiple choice, which is 1.1.5. So if you come here, you see that the question 1.1.5 is an EFT was processed some assurance on 25 October 2023, which is 3,900 rands was for the business annual insurance premium and 1,400 rands for the owner's home insurance. What amount will be reported in the cash payments as insurance? So you would see that we've got two amounts that we are giving them. We have got 3,900 representing what representing an annual insurance, which means this one is obviously going to be our insurance. So on the other hand, we also have a 1,400, and this one is representing owner's home insurance. So this basically is describing personal. This is now a personal insurance, which is going to describe the personal expense. So we know that whenever the funds of the business are being used for personal expenses, they become our drawings. So here 1,400 is representing our drawings. So the question is asking us which would be indicated as insurance. So you see that the only that is going to be indicated as insurance is 3,900. And 1,400 would be indicated as what? As drawings. So this is what we have. So we can have 3,900, which is indicated as what? As B. So if you go to answer section, we are going to just indicate it as such, whereby we are saying 1.1.5, we put our B as the correct answer. So come here, say that we now have our B. Then we can move on to the next question, which is what matching items. Let's try to see what we have in terms of 1.2. You come to 1.2, it reads choose a term in column B that matches the description in column A. Write only the letter A to F. Next is question numbers, that is 1.2.1 to 1.2.5 in your answer. For example, you are given an example there by 1.2.6 being G. So we are just going to read the description that we have in column A, then match at the term that we're given in column B. So on 1.2.1 reads a date that is repayable over a period of more than a year. So remember, all debts they represent liabilities. And depending on the period that we are going to pay the debt, we'll now describe whether it's a current liability or a non-current liability. So in this case, this one is more than a year. So whenever we are paying a liability for a period of more than a year, it becomes a non-current liability. But when we are paying it for less than a year, it becomes a current liability. So according to this description, you see that the responses that we are given, we have got mortgage bonds, which is representing a non-current liability. So here we have got C for 1.2.1. We put C as the correct answer. So we can just indicate it as C. Then we can go to the next question. The next question reads, next question reads, provides a summary of the amount owed to business for goods sold on credit. So remember, when we are selling goods on credit, we regard the people or the business that we are selling goods to on credit as our data. So you can just look for a response that is explaining within that context. So if you come to F, there, we have got data's control. So which means on 1.2.2, we have got our data's control, which is F, is the most appropriate answer. So we've got F there. Then we can go to the next question, which is 1.2.3. So if you come to 1.2.3, it reads an expense account. So we're just going to check which expense account we have according to the responses in column B. So if you go through all the responses that we are given there, you would see that we have got cost of sales representing an expense account. So 1.2.3 also have our E as the correct answer. So you come here, saying E. Then we go to 1.2.4. Then I will see that our next question reads, for every debit, there must be an equal and corresponding credit. So remember, this is a description of the double entry principle, whereby we are going to debit and credit, and we make corresponding entries. So we see that 1.2.4 is describing our double entry principle. So we've got 1.2.4 A. So if you come here, you see that we got A is our appropriate answer. Then we can just try to see what we have in terms of 1.2.5. 1.2.5 is increases the bank account. So I would want to see which of the responses that we are given can increase the bank account. But we see that we have got our D there, which is cash receipts journal. Remember, whatever is recorded in the cash receipts journal should appear on the credit side of the bank statement, thereby increasing the bank account balance. So we have got our T representing 1.2.5. So you can just go there and get that. So if you come here, you see that here we are saying we have got our T. Then I will go to the last part of the question whereby it reads choose the correct term. So if you come here, you just try to see what we have in terms of our 1.3. We go to 1.3, it reads choose the correct word or term. And it reads choose the correct word or term from within the brackets for each of the following statements. Write only the correct word or term in your answer book. That is, for example, we are given 1.3.6, and then we write response as asset in front. So we are just going to do as such. So if go to 1.3.1, it is the man earned by business for selling goods to customers is recorded as, remember, whenever we sell goods, we are going to open a sales account. So it means the correct response that we have there is sales. So we can go to our 1.3.1 and indicate our sales as the correct answer. So here we are saying sales. Then we can go to the next response. So the next response is recording the details of the transaction on a source document is the first step in the, remember, this is the accounting cycle. Remember, the accounting equation says assets is equals to owner's equity plus liabilities. So this describes the accounting equation. So the accounting cycle is the one that is described by this statement that we have in 1.3.2. So we are saying accounting cycle. So I'll go to the next question and try to see what we have. It's 1.3.3. 1.3.3 reads the source document for rent received from a tenant is A. So remember, we have rent received. So it means this has been received in the form of cash or bank. So obviously we are going to issue a receipt whenever there is a cash transaction. So the source document that we're going to remain with is going to be a duplicate receipt. So we can just indicate as such 1.3.3, saying we have a duplicate receipt. Obviously, we go to the next one, which is 1.3.4. Now, 1.3.4, you see that it reads EFT is the acronym for, and we know that it refers to electronic funds transfer. So we have got our electronic funds transfer, electronic funds transfer as the correct answer. So 1.3.4, we've got our electronic funds transfer. And we go to the last question. The last question that we have, we give it an explanation that we are given there, which reads, dash assets are not purchased with the intention of reselling them at a profit. So remember, when you buy goods with the intention of selling, we regard them as current assets. And when we buy them without the intention of reselling them, they are fixed assets. So according to the response that we are given, you see that we have got fixed there is the correct response that we have. So our 1.3.5 now we put fixed. So we can just indicate it as such. So here we are saying our fix. So this is what we have, guys, about this video. So those who have subscribed, please subscribe and share. We are still coming with more videos as well as this video. I'm signing up.